Alright guys, got it out of the rust remover and I soaked them in some water to that Evaporust. No, this was the Rust-Oleum rust remover, and this stuff, it's aggressive, so you got to be careful. It will etch your stuff. It stinks too. It leaves a, I don't know, chemical metal smell. But this leather punch is what I really like this thing. This is going to be clean. I hope this works. All this stuff I'll run over the wire wheel, do a little work on it. I don't think I'll run the taps over the wire wheel. I'll use a wire brush on them, just because I don't want to dull the blade, the teeth on it. Yeah, this is what I'll do. I'll just use a little wire brush. There is some stuff in the teeth. All right, most of you guys probably won't clean these taps like this, but if you find taps and dies, I pick them up. They're just too valuable to leave lying around. These things, they're expensive. They're getting more and more expensive. I'll run this part, the shank, over the wire wheel. Probably put a light coat of 3-in-1 oil on them. I don't know why this is painted yellow. I wonder if it had a handle, like a grip or something on it. I might take all that off. These need to be reshaped. This one, it's not bad on the bottom of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to the wire wheel and see what, man, that one's rusted. That one's, it's gonna take some work there. Let's go to the wire wheel, come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now this is a 80 grit belt. It's worn, it's old, but I don't know if you guys can see that being there, but this is how I'm doing it. Probably should put it in the vise and just, but I'm piddling. I don't really know what I'm doing, but this works for me. If it works for you, use it. I'm just tapping it lightly to get what I want, and I still got a little bit at the end there. I'm gonna stop there. I think I did pretty good. Got a little tiny bit, but I'm gonna blue this. Hang on, I'll show you what I got. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This one, I just cleaned the end up. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna do much to it at all. I might hit it with a polisher, but all I did was clean the end, sharpen this up a little bit, squared it up. I think I did pretty good. And then this one I'm gonna blue. This I'm gonna go ahead and blue. I think I'm gonna leave this alone. I went ahead and hit it on that fiber wheel, and it's a Proto. I think what the paint on here, I thought it was a coating, but what it is somebody used this as a stir stick, some idiot. Anyways, I'm gonna polish this. So these two I'll hit on the polisher, and then these two I just cleaned up. And what I did is I used wire brush just to clean this part, and then I used my Dremel to clean down in there, and then the wire wheel. One's Japanese and one's no name, and the no name is probably Chinese, I'd say. The problem is it's really sharp and it's a good quality. Anyways, I'm going to go to the polishing wheel. Let's hit these on the polisher real quick. We'll come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get some more of these condiment cups. Gotta order some more bluing too. I'm using quite a bit of this stuff. It does not take a lot. Watch. Maybe I can get a little close up. It turns almost immediately. This is a Valchek too. This old punch here is Valchek. Now you can see where I polished it a little bit. It's not taking the bluing as good. That is one thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see how the metal affects. Yeah, see, there's still chrome plating, like right there. That's chrome plating. And this is where I polished it. But where I went down to new metal, it's taking it really good. Aha, learning something today. It'll still take though. It'll take. Not as good as some metals, but see how this one will take. Check that out. Look how dark, almost instantly that turns. Hope you guys can see that on camera. This cold bluing's cheap old cold bluing. I mean, there's better ways, I'm sure, of doing this. I don't like painting these. I've got material in my toolbox from it's Cobalt brand, and it's that foam drawer liner material, and everything sticks to it that's painted. Even some bluing stuff sticks to it, and I'm not real happy about that. The bluing, to me, looks good. I mean, I like it. If you like the polished look, polish your tools. Nobody says you don't have to, but I want to show you guys there's different ways of preserving your stuff. And this brand says to wipe dry. I'll tell you here, it's a dampen small cotton swab with the material, rub onto area, retouch until colored, wipe dry with clean cloth and burnish lightly with it says here 1/0 steel wool or finer. I use 4/0. Now you can darken it more. You can put more coats. Try to. I don't see that really 2 coats about the best. I've done up to 5 and I can't really tell that much difference. So I need to wipe dry. Actually, I better get another dry cloth. I don't want to use that carburetor cleaner cloth. So it's been sitting about 30 seconds. Let's see, the black. All right, set it aside. Do this one. The big thumping noise you hear in the background is the contacts kicking on my heater. Thermostat set at 79. I like it warm. All right. Now, I just got an old piece of 4/0 steel wool, nothing fancy. See how just a little touch? There's the flats, that's the side that I haven't touched with 4. There's the 4/0. See? Nothing fancy. I think I'm gonna coat these with oil though. That 3-in-1, that old type 3-in-1 oil that everybody had in their house back in the day, that household oil, red and white can stuff. If you just slather it kind of lightly on this stuff, wipe it on, and then let it dry. what I did during the summer when it was warm outside, I'd leave it outside in the sun and let the oil dry on the tool. It seemed to make it shine a little bit more. Now this is going to be the hard part. The knurling. I wonder if I can blue I'm going to try that. I just thought I'd like to try to blue an old ratchet. Just an old, I'd like to do an old cheap Stanley or something just to see what it looks like. I might do that. Gives me an idea. All right. Oh. Don't look bad at all. All right, let's wipe this off. Now let's open the wax. What I'm gonna do is wax these two chrome pieces that I've polished real quick. I'm not going to wax the blue ones. I'm going to let them sit. I'm going to put some oil on them and let them sit overnight. You know what? I'll just go ahead and wax this long pin. Ain't going to hurt nothing. I don't know how this video will turn out. It might be a little long. I was trying to show a little bit of everything just for some of the new guys that come on. A lot of you guys, this is old hat. You've seen some of my videos, you know how I do it. So still, if you learn something from it or see something, that turned out a lot better than I thought it would. And I didn't do nothing but hit that with a polish and it kind of sharpened the end. That actually turned out really nice. Better than I'd planned. Oh well. Sometimes you just get lucky, I guess. Man, that's a nice little punch. I don't care who you are. What do they call these punches? Roll pin punches, I think. I think that's the term for it. Roll pin punches. I don't care. That's what I use it for. All right, let me soak this. You know what? I might put a little oil on these too. Yes. Nah, I gotta wait. I wonder if I should. Nah, the heck with it. I ain't gonna wait. Ain't got time. Sorry, guys. My valuable asset is time. Time hurts me. I don't have enough of it. Those of you who are lucky enough to sit around and watch television and goof off, my hat's to you. One, I can't do that. I can't sit around long enough to. It hurts me. Hurts me to sit around. You know what? I wonder, a toothbrush, that'll work. I'm gonna soak the threads on these. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. This is the oil I'm talking about, old school stuff. It seems to give a shine on the, I think Big Life was the one that told me his buddy does a lot of bluing, and he says he uses oil on his bluing stuff. I'm just wiping a little bit of the excess off. These taps and dies, I've got a whole bunch of taps and dies that I keep. And you find them, you got to buy them. You just can't leave them lying around. They're just too expensive. They're too valuable. I always chase. If I take something apart, I always chase the threads. I clean the bolts. I clean the nuts, just so when it goes back together, it's a lot less hassle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come back tomorrow and we'll see how dry these things are. These right here. Wait a second. What's wrong with my camera? Shoot. These two little right here. I got them drying. I'll just let them sit. I'll leave the heat on in the shop tonight and see what it looks like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I got in my odds and ends here. Here's a USA made 332nd. I cleaned the end up. I blued it. I put some 3-in-1 oil, and then I let it sit near the heater and let it dry. I think the oil does work pretty good. I like that idea. This one, I attempted to fix. I don't know how well that comes out in the picture, but it looks okay. Valcheck, old company, old school. This thing was rusted, pitted pretty bad. It's still pitted. I mean, all I did was clean it up lightly and then blued it. Still worth the money. This is probably my best little piece here, and all I did with it was wire wheel it and then clean it on the fiber wheel. That's all I did. I didn't even bother polishing or anything to this. And this is a Proto 1/4 inch. Nice little piece to have. Then of course this is an Action, and model is 53A, and it's just a 4-inch, maybe 5-inch. I think they consider this 4-inch. Yeah, it's 5 inches long, but I think the drive assembly is 4-inch. Anyways, doesn't matter. 1/2-inch drive, good shape, polished it lightly, looks good. Look at that. I mean, cheap. Chisel. I know there's other ways of fixing chisels than the way I did it, but it works. It's not perfect by any means, but I don't care. A chisel like this is not supposed to be, chiseling up a 1/2-inch bolt anyways. So, this is the one that's J.C. Penney. There's an antique. Lightly polished, no big deal on that. Cleaned up the end a little bit. It's not perfect. I mean, it's a good used tool. This, I'm real happy to have. I think I did a good job on this. It's a leather punch. It's 1/2-inch or 3/4. No, this is 3/4. Excuse me. It says 3/4. I think this is going to work. I will not find out until I get some more leather and try it, but I think it's going to be all right. Cleaned up. Let's see if you guys can see there's a little bit of dimple in it, but I think using this on top of a piece of wood when you're cutting your leather, it won't damage the end up as bad. Then I got 2 bits here. This one does not have a size marked on it, which I figure that's probably Chinese since it's not marked anywhere. This one, 1/2-inch NP or NF20, and it's Japanese steel. So I'm pretty happy with this one, and they're both sharp, good shape. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and I got $2 in all this. Personally, this right here and this right here make me really happy. These are, yeah, they're worth it to have around. You don't need something like this very often, but when you have it, it's there. And then I've got plenty of punches and nail sets, but it doesn't hurt to have a few extra. Throw in the extra toolbox or something like that. That's probably what I'll do with these. Throw them in an extra toolbox in my vehicles. But yeah, there you go. Just stuff that was discarded in the dollar tool bin at pawn shop, thrift store, just junk people threw away, and now it's good usable tools. And I don't know about you guys, but if you run across them anywhere at a reasonable price, I don't care who makes them, buy them. If they're sharp and in good shape, buy them, because these things are getting more and more expensive. These have gone up more in price than probably anything else in tool-wise. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I've done. Little bluing, little polish, little fiber wheel, nothing very fancy, just good thorough cleaning, and this is what you come up with. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out for that old junk stuff out there, them old tools people discard, set around. Pick them up. You'd be surprised what kind of diamonds you can find there. There is some good stuff out there people don't know they got. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe if you like. If you see what I'm doing, if you see what I'm doing, you like it, let me know. You guys enjoy your week. Y'all have a good day.